There we go.
Here we go. All right.
Mana Ole Madness.
Mana Ole Madness is in the house, baby.
uh, so,
All right. What's happening?
I'm tired already. It's only in the afternoon. We did a lot today.
Yeah, we did.
We did a lot today.
Yes, sir. Like what? Like what? Like what?
We, after I got up late, well, later,
Well,
not late, just later.
I had your coffee ready for you. Like
Yeah,
100
like
million minutes.
4 o'clock in the morning.
100 million minutes I had your
4
coffee ready.
o'clock in the morning.
Well, I mean, we gotta
Dang.
get back into shape. I mean, you know, we're getting into doing our food thing, and you know, we gotta get up early in the morning to get that good grub out, bro, so get them in the belly and get people fed and happy, and you know,
It was 4
in order
o'clock
to
in the
get
morning.
mommy on her job, you know,
I need my
in her
coffee.
love. You need your coffee. Mama gotta have her coffee.
What happens if I don't have my coffee?
Then,
What?
you know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
The beast comes out.
No.
Yeah.
But
Mama
yeah,
start tearing shit
so
up.
I had my coffee
And then what? Well, everything
in
was
the
peaceful,
morning.
right? See what I mean?
Not because
You
of
just
the
proved my
coffee.
point.
No. And my coffee was waiting for me right next to my chair this morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what my husband does.
That's what I do.
So, had our coffee, then we picked up a client and took her to court. And it was beautiful, guys. Like, really beautiful because she got to speak Olelo Hawaii in court with an interpreter too. But it was so beautiful to hear, you know, people actually speak. I mean, and I didn't understand like nothing. I understood like a few words, aole and heva and stuff like that, but and manao. But I didn't understand all the other stuff. But it was beautiful. Look at this mess of wires.
That's crazy.
What the
That's a
heck?
fire ready to happen.
Okay,
over
wait.
there.
I gotta show
Oh
this.
boy.
I gotta show this. What the
Gotta
heck
go like
is
this.
that?
What's up? What I got? Oh, crazy wiring. Yeah.
I've never seen that before like that. I just that's crazy.
You know, Waianae Valley Road.
And this is like a
Is that Hiko? Hiko.
I have no
The
idea.
one that wants billions and billions of dollars for
It looked like a whole bunch of
billions and billions of dollars from hard-working taxpayers who one paycheck away from being homeless. They want billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer money so they can run the electrical system like that,
it looked
like a
all
third
of them,
world
though.
country.
Like Hiko, Spectrum, everything. It looked like they were all jumbled up.
Yeah.
That's crazy though. I've not seen it like that.
But
I don't know
Hiko
what
is the
that's about.
host of all of those. If they're not monitoring or doing their fiduciary duty to control all that with all the other guys, then they're still gonna be responsible.
Yeah.
But because they're a monopoly, they can get politicians who in their pocket to turn a blind eye to all of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go. Don't get me started, boy.
Don't
Hell no to Hiko
don't
was
get Daddy started.
my change.org petition. Yeah.
Yeah. That was crazy. But so we went to court.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. It was beautiful. Learned a lot of things about the process and how it's inconsistent and
Consistently inconsistent.
yeah.
Hey, it's the way of life in Hawaii.
And then we went to lunch. And then what did we do after that? Then we just came back.
Came home
We came
and
home.
debriefed.
For a couple hours. That smell is not me. It's
Oh,
the
I
wastewater
thought
plant.
it was you.
No, I put deodorant on
Ooh,
again.
Who's that?
I put deodorant on again.
Oh,
before we
it's
left.
the sewage plant.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Thank
that
you.
thing. That thing. Oh,
Yes.
okay. It wasn't you.
It's not me.
Wasn't me.
I promise.
Wasn't me.
But yeah, and I was already tired. I was falling asleep on the way home. But now we turn around and we're going back to actually farther, going to KCC for his cousin's graduation. Very proud of her. Then we're gonna come
Mama
back
Ole
here.
graduating today.
That's right. We're gonna come back here by 7. So doing a lot of driving today. There's a bus in front of him.
No, yeah, I
Like-
don't like buses.
See?
Hey, you didn't collect the $30 with it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put them in the
Yes.
gas. Hmm?
Yes.
We'll put them in the gas tank.
Yeah.
Thank God for Makana. 431 love you.
Okay, so what had happened was the last 2 vlogs that we tried, somebody called his phone and the vlog was interrupted. One of them, my phone overheated. Oh yeah, I didn't put the thing. Bruh. I didn't put the thing over.
But no more sound on this one.
Okay. We'll see. It shut off because my phone overheated. And so I just erased that one because we were talking about something and it just cut off, and I was like, all right, I'm not even gonna go there. Then we did another one and then somebody called his phone, and so that I
Again?
had to stop it. That was the second one.
That was the first one.
First one was my phone got overheated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those
So
are-
that was 2.
Sounded like you said, somebody called my phone and then you went into something. Then
No.
okay.
So I deleted both of them, and so we're gonna start all
You
over
sure
again.
you want to check? You want to bet?
Bruh. Yeah, because you called people before this, so they're gonna call you back. But so we were talking about one of the things we were talking about was when you're not even there and you talk about something and then it ends up in your feed in
Oh,
your
yeah.
phone. And then this morning
Yeah.
we saw it on the news where Apple, there's a lawsuit because when you're not doing anything on your phone, I guess is it Siri on Apple? Siri records certain things
Yep.
and they're recording your conversations or whatever. So there's a lawsuit. I mean, you get like a $20 or something,
Yeah,
up to
20
$20. Up
So
to
I
20
got
bucks.
a Air Max and I got a
Yeah, per device, but
phone.
it's up to
So
20
I
bucks.
gave $40.
It's up to $20. You know what that means?
Yeah.
You get $1. You get $1.
Yeah.
But so that's going on, and I'm like, see, so far it was only Apple, but we have Androids, but I'm like, see, I'm telling you, they're somehow they're listening to you, because that's happened to us so many times
Yeah.
where something he's looking up on his phone suddenly comes up on my newsfeed. You know, haha. So I know what you're looking up. And so, and
I don't
vice
care.
versa, you know,
Okay.
vice versa. It's like,
I don't have my password, her password. We got the same password. It don't matter.
yeah. Yeah.
Anytime you want to check out my phone. That's what tripped me out on the cheaters videos.
Where they
Yeah.
have their phones locked.
Yeah, they got the phones locked. Oh, I want my privacy.
Yeah.
You're in a relationship.
Yeah.
You're in a relationship. Don't you think I have an interest in knowing what you got on your phone?
Yeah, like, what
When
if
you
I don't,
figure nothing to hide and just
but what
never
if I
know.
don't want you to know about my, like, extra sidekicks?
Then go have an extra life over there then.
Oh, is that what you're supposed to do?
You can have
Well,
an extra
what if I
life.
just have, like, a rainbow of dildos and you don't know about? And I just have, like, pictures of
You
them
know I'm not going to steal them.
in my phone. That's like this
I don't
morning.
fuck with dildos though.
So this morning we were eating, our friends
Just
bought
joking.
us coffee cake.
Don't get
right?
excited.
From
Calm your nuts.
coffee cake. And we had this whole conversation about, the lady behind us said, oh my God, I'm having an orgasm. This is so good. I go, okay, hold on.
Foodgasm.
So then I ate mine and I'm like, okay, I'm having an orgasm with her. And then he ate his. He goes, it's an orgy up here. That's why it's called Manaoli Madness.
Yeah.
Because we do things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those things were like crazy.
And I love our people. I love our people, and I love working with our people when we're not in a scrappy mood. We like scrap everything in the ground and scrap it or scrapping in ways that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, I love our people, but we
It's
got
never
people
a
in our
dull
circle,
moment.
but that freaking solid peoples, man.
Never a dull moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then, what do we have? I don't know what that was. See,
Don't
look, they
guess.
did-
Just keep going.
Don't even guess.
Don't guess.
All
You
of the
can't
above.
figure it out at first
All
look.
of the above.
Don't guess.
And you see the strangest things. Like, people carry the strangest things,
Yeah.
you know? Like, what would you do with that? Like, why? I don't understand.
Why are you walking your moped or your bicycle?
No, and then what trips me out is they're walking their bicycle, but they're also carrying, with the other hand, a whole bunch of bags. I'm like, why wouldn't you just, if you're gonna walk your bike anyway, why don't you put the bags on the bike handles? That way you could just walk everything at once. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's too common sense. Is it like, I mean, is that a
Or
thing?
maybe it's like building up their muscle strength.
Right?
Something.
I mean, or you could do push-ups, but
Just trying to help them out and make sense out of stuff that don't make sense.
make it make sense. We already had one of those vlogs. Make it make sense. Oh, that was the other thing that we were trying to talk about.
What's that?
Things not making sense, where we had the new scammer issue.
Right?
That's the other one that got cut off. So to everybody out there, if you know, to all our @9 subscribers, just so you know, spread the word that we are together 24/7.
Yeah, notice
24/7.
the hair is out.
Right. So, in his past, he has done many things, okay? But
In my past, I was a manhole.
I wasn't going to say it, but it's okay if you say it. So, that's his past, right? So, that past plus his criminal past and, you know, issues, everybody automatically is like I find that a problem, that a man cannot tell a woman that they're beautiful without the woman thinking, oh my God, that he
Trying to
wants
get
to
in
have
my
sex with me.
panties.
Yeah, like, you know what I
Don't get
mean?
it twisted, man. I just being polite.
Yeah,
being
so
nice.
like, I noticed, like, if you tell, like, an auntie, right, in Hawaii, all these aunties, oh, auntie, you're so beautiful today.
Etile.
Yeah, the aunties will never take offense.
Yeah.
But if it's a woman his age
Oh, there was
or
one
younger
auntie. There was one auntie.
that took offense?
Yeah, she's a famous singer in Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Don't say the name.
Yeah, Kupuna status.
And you tell me.
And I was having a conversation with a politician at the Capitol,
Uh-huh.
and we both was sitting there having a conversation, and she came by and said, "Oh, auntie, how are you? Man, every time I hear your voice, bro, I feel so good inside. Oh my God, why you talk to me like that? And you know, I'm married, and then like,
You feel so good
and the guy
inside.
even look at me, and I look at him, and we're like, for the second time I've known him in my life, we're looking at each other like, huh?
You see what I mean? Just a comment like that. He didn't mean he was having an orgasm or his balls were tickled. You know,
He's
and it's
crazy,
just
bro.
ridiculous. And then, like, when you say you're attracted to someone, talking about their personality
Yeah.
or their mana, or, you know.
So just get it out there on the road, out there in the world, out there in the universe. I am attracted to strong women. Titters.
Not sexually.
Yeah.
That's not what
You
it
know,
means.
just strong personalities.
Right.
You know, I have a hard time being around weak people, period. Men or women, right? They're weak. They don't like stand up for themselves. They they allow people to treat them as doormats.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, right? I can't get with you. I'm sorry, you know, because I feel sorry for you, but you know, I mean, I can't get with that because it's.
Yeah.
Why are you not gonna stand up and fight for yourself? I don't understand.
So does that mean you think I'm a strong woman?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah. And you're sexy as fuck. Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
little biased because you're married to me.
I thought you were sexy as fuck before I got married to you. So now what?
That well,
Yeah. And I called you goddess.
you did. That was his cheesy pickup line, and I rolled my eyes when I saw that. By the way, because we met on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And we had mutual
Hey,
friends.
Facebook relationships can happen.
And I think we talked about that, our mutual friendship and stuff. Is that right? That's right. But he first thing he said was, "You're a beautiful goddess," you know, and I just went, "Oh my God, like really?" You know?
I say that all the time.
And then after, then that's when he told me about his whole past and everything like that. But you know, I'm like, okay.
But they were, you know, it was the goddess.
It wasn't the
comment.
goddess.
Come
It
on,
wasn't
man.
the goddess.
Come on, man.
It wasn't the goddess. It was the fact that you
But
were
it's still
up
goddess.
front.
It's still a goddess.
It was the fact that you were up front with me about your past. That's what like took my heart. You know, right there.
Alright.
I.
So being truthful to you works,
yes,
man.
yes. The truth.
Listen to you guys out there. Just be honest, man.
The truth makes a big
That's all.
difference.
Just be honest, bro.
So,
Yeah.
on the note of
Yeah.
him saying things, so there was another incident too where, you know, a woman took it sideways, like, oh my God, you know, why would you say that I'm married? I have a boyfriend, you're married, and
You're
I
old.
was there.
You're old.
Yeah, and I was there for the conversation. And then when we talked to her, I was just, oh my God, you were there. Don't you think that's weird? I'm like, no, because you may be pretty and everything, but it's not that kind of party. Like, you know, I'm sorry. You can't just take a compliment. Like,
Hard,
you know, it's,
Man, you know what I find interesting, right? And it's not. I find this more so with women, right? The kind of women that they get all dressed, all the kind sexy dress and
Hoochie
all
mama
that.
with their
Hoochie mama,
all
you know, they're
hanging
making
out.
sure the boobs is in the right place and everything like that. It's when they don't like the type of guy, right? They don't like, and they'll just classify guys as creeps.
yeah,
Not because the guy is actually a creep, but I find that they say that when it's somebody that they are not attracted to,
right,
they are not attracted to.
right,
So every man that they're not attracted to,
right,
they call him a creep if the guy looks at him,
right.
comments
So I have
at him.
my boobs hanging out, my
or
ass
whatever.
hanging out,
Yeah.
but I think you're ugly, so you're not allowed to look at me.
Right.
But that guy is hot
But
and he looks rich, so
See a guy
hey,
look like he got money.
Yeah.
Oh, he can flirt all day,
yeah.
make crack jokes, whatever, you know.
And
yeah.
I see that. I agree with that.
I
too.
think
see that.
that's a unreal double standard thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, first of all, I know they say, well, a woman should be able to dress any way she wants to. You're right. Yeah. But you know, if you got your tits and your ass hanging out,
Dressed
somebody's
like a
gonna look at
slut,
you.
Be treated like.
You know what I mean? The people gonna look at you.
I mean,
right?
there's a lot of things that I wear tank tops and stuff. I can't help but
Right.
it's there.
Yeah.
you know,
if you got it,
I'm not.
hey, you can flaunt it.
But I'm not like even me. I'm not trying to flaunt it. It's just
Yeah.
no matter what I buy, what tank top I buy, it's there
flaunted.
because I have. It's there. You know what I mean?
It
But-
is what it is.
But on that
or
note,
you can walk around in a non-suit all day long.
But on that note though, I see a lot
Why?
of guys when I go to the store and I catch them staring, right? But
And you know what I do? You know what I do when I see that? Because I watch them.
What?
I'm walking behind
you
you.
watch them.
Yeah, I watch him walking behind, and I watch him, and I look at them, and I just smile and I shake my head like that, like, cause then, and then when they get really like thinking that they think they all that, and I just go over there and grab your ass, cause I let them know
Is
I
that
can,
what
you
you're
cannot.
doing when you grab my ass in the store?
Yeah,
See, and I don't
I
pay
send in a
attention.
message that yeah, but you can't do that.
I don't
I
pay
can do that, but you
attention
can't
to-
do that.
Like a lot of times,
You wish you could do that.
he'll tell me, yeah, I saw that guy staring at you. I'm like, what
Yeah.
guy? What are you talking about? You know, I'm like, I'm looking for bread and peanut butter or whatever. I'm not looking for guys. Or he goes, yeah, but he was staring pretty hard. But there's times where it's
And I don't get
obvious
jealous.
too.
I don't get jealous. I don't trip.
And I don't get like if
'Cause I'm
they
secure,
if
baby.
I catch them looking at my ass or I just laugh about it like The guy, I caught him. I think it's funny because, you know, I look at you and then they're like, you know, like it's so obvious, right? But I don't ever think like, oh my God, he was staring at my tits, you know, or something. It's like,
relax, bro. Relax. That's why I think we need to adapt a more I don't like saying European kind, but
yeah.
you know, like everybody else in the world, I mean, indigenous tribes, you know what I mean? They're not trip on that.
I don't think
right?
American men are ready for that.
America is just
They're not.
a
You have all these
prudish
men salivating
nation.
everywhere.
But you know what's funny is though? Is that they're the most freakish.
They are.
They don't want to do all the closet shit,
They are.
right? They don't want to do all the closet. And I think it's because it's frowned upon or makes people feel, you know, less than, or I don't know.
I don't know.
All
what
kinds
it
of
was.
derogatory feelings about that. But in actuality, sexuality can be healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long as
And
it's
there's nothing
practiced.
wrong with, you know what? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't.
You would?
I am.
Yeah.
I don't see. I don't walk around the store and I don't. Well, I don't want to say I don't notice a handsome guy. I'll notice if a guy not piques
Cute guy.
my attention, but
Right.
you know, somebody that maybe I would. I
Right.
guess I have a type
Right.
according to people.
Well, somebody you're attracted to.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
not even. I don't
Why
know.
is it? Okay. Why is it a bad thing to be attracted to somebody?
It's not a bad thing, but I think if you say attracted, it automatically thinks you have some kind of connection, which means you have some kind of feelings, right? That's the way it is. Because you can, if you're in a room alone with somebody that you're attracted with, then that could lead to temptation, I guess, is what it is, right?
Well, I mean, if you take it,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
a lot of people can't resist that. That's the whole.
right.
You know, even if they don't have alcohol,
But
but
and that's a personal problem,
that is,
right?
you know,
And the personal problem comes with consequences
right.
if you're in a marriage,
Or
in
in
a,
any
in a relationship.
that's committed.
No, no, you gotta say them correctly. Marriage,
like,
or relationship.
like, are you married?
Yeah, cannot be married. Gotta
Just
be
married.
married. I don't know.
Kinda
I'm trying to make sense out of all
Kind of
that
married, like
gold
the whole-
diggers videos. Oh, yeah, we married, but we're not married.
Yeah,
I'm like, huh?
like
What you talking about?
singular and plural.
Oh, I'm in a relationship, but not a relationship. You know,
Yeah,
it's more like a situationship.
yeah, that tripped me out too when we learned about situations. What does that mean? You fuck on the weekends or
And then
Tuesday, Thursday is off
and then,
limits?
then the on again, off again. And
Yeah.
the only image coming into my mind, if you're gonna say you on again, off again, that just says when you're on his dick, then you guys in a relationship. When you're off his dick, then you're not.
You know-
is that what you mean?
You know,
Hey,
I
look,
had
the people
a.
fucking well also with that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
You know that I
that's
had a
living
couple of
industrial area.
friends that actually were with a boyfriend for like 2 years, but
Right.
they broke up like 7 times during the relationship. All 7 times, it was because my friend, and I'm gonna rat out women. I'm sorry, but it happens to men too. But it was my friends that were women, girls, that met a guy that she was interested in, wanted to get
Hook up.
to know and hook up. So she deliberately was like, I think we need time. I think we need some space, you know.
To the guy
so
that
like-
she's with.
yeah, so that she could go fuck around.
That's what it means.
And then when she's done with that guy,
yeah.
and, oh, okay, been there, done that, you know, licked it, whatever. You know, then it's okay to get, you know, I think we need to fix things. We need to work on our relationship. They did that like 7 times in 2 years.
Damn.
And the guy, I know the guy too, he was completely loyal to her the whole time. Because he was like, no, man, you know, like the boys would try to take him out.
Why
know,
can't you
take-
just say, hey, you know what? I'm horny and itchy right now. I'm gonna go over here. I'll go do that. I'll come
But
back.
if you're horny and itchy, why can't you tell your partner you're horny and itchy? They're supposed to
Exactly.
scratch it.
Hey, when you maneo, gotta get your partner for scratch up.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you told me
Yeah,
it was itchy,
yeah.
I would scratch it.
Yeah.
When I'm
You
itchy,
do.
you scratch it, right?
You do.
Yeah.
I do.
Right? I mean, I think that's the way it's
It's
supposed
a
to
healthy
work.
life, boy.
But so
Healthy life.
So
healthy
given
life.
all that information, so we ran into an interesting scam the other morning. Yesterday morning? Was it yesterday? It was just yesterday.
Couple days.
So yeah, because
Was
we
it
were
a
on
couple
our way
days?
to work. So it was yesterday.
Yesterday. Okay,
So he was on the phone with a client, and I was turning off his music, and then I was looking through his notifications and stuff, because sometimes he has court stuff that pop up. And I think he was waiting for a message, and one of his notifications, it said in all caps, it was an email, apparently coming from his email, and it said, "Hi, sexy," right? And it said, "Mail undeliverable." And so I was like, what the heck is that, right? So I opened it, because we don't have secrets from each other, right? So he opens my email, I open his, whatever. And I open it, and it's saying supposedly from him, and it's talking exactly like him. The first thing was "hooey," which is what he says when he goes everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Then it said something about, "I saw you on the news." He's always on the news. "I saw you on the news, and I felt compelled to reach out to you," or whatever, talking about they're horny and they want to be friends with benefits and stuff.
Wow.
But it's saying it's coming from him to somebody.
Right.
So I have to admit, I was shocked at first, because the language, everything was him, right? And I was like,
Okay, you good.
what
good.
the hell? Because what's going on here, right? So I asked him.
And
I
of
said,
course, in my mind, anytime I'm being accused of something, but I automatically get defensive.
yeah.
Okay?
So I asked him, I go, "Did you email some?" And I said, I'm not going to say the name, but we know who you are, by the way.
Got you.
So I was like, "Did you email this person?" He goes, "No, who's that? What is that for?" And I could tell he was starting to get defensive already, and I showed it to him, and I said, "Oh no, it says
Well, first
you
thing I think,
emailed."
are you punking me right
Yeah,
now?
and he asked me that, because I told him what the email said, and he looked at me and he goes, "That I emailed somebody that?" I said, "That's what it says. It's coming from your email." And he goes, "Oh yeah." Then he tells me, "You punking me? Did you do that?" And I'm like, "Why would I do what?" And so when we stopped,
It's happened. It's happened.
yeah, and so this is what I mean, because I've been there when it's happened to him, and I'm like, no, try again, because that you could pin shit on him that he didn't do in his last relationship, but guess what? I'm with him constantly, so no matter what you say, I can vouch whether he did it or not, so anyway, we stopped. When we got to work, we stopped, and we kind of went through the email and kind of picked it apart, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So when you look at his inbox, on the circle where it shows his letter, right, for his email,
Yeah.
that was correct.
So, okay, now I understand when you're talking about it had the M on top there.
Right,
Because when I send stuff,
has
it
the
has
D.
the D.
right. So
Okay, so that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Because I was wondering, I don't understand why you was talking about
yeah,
it.
because in the inbox it showed D, which means it's usually him doing his email.
But specifically,
But when I looked at the sent,
A, I guess, sir.
right. So when I looked at his sent, or J, but when I looked at his sent box, the email was coming from an M. It didn't say D, right? So I was like, okay. And then I thought, okay, maybe that's because he's sending it to that M, right? Not him, but you know what I mean. But then I looked at other emails. I'm like, no, if it's sent from him, it's all D. So then, and there was an M in the email person, right? And so I was like, okay, so this doesn't make sense. So I basically told him, I asked him once, and he said he didn't do it, right? And I believe him. And the time that it was sent, we were together cooking, right? So I was like, yeah, okay, things are not making sense. So what worried me is I'm like, okay, somebody that knows you is trying to do something to make trouble, because the language was like, I mean, there's not that many people that speak
Talk
like
like
him, you know,
Yeah.
and it was all his language.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we started investigating more, and we
Oh, boy,
investigated
we
the
got the-
email last night, and I found the name of the person, you know,
Yep.
and why that person would try and make trouble, I don't know. But you
For
know
what
what?
purpose?
Yeah, for what purpose? Because and the only purpose I can think of is to try to put something in between us and make us fight or something, because, you know, start some shit.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you really wanted to
If
reach
that-
out to
if that's what
him,
they do, yeah.
yeah, like, you know what I mean? There's other ways that they could have reached out to you. And in an email that is undeliverable and you make it look like he wrote it, like, you know what I mean? That's just like nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
So try again. Oh, actually, go ahead, try again. I'd like to see you try it. But anyway, you know,
Yeah.
so that was like a crazy thing.
Okay, but that then today when we find out about that Apple thing,
Mhm.
right? Where they listening in on your conversation and they're doing something. Now they make me even more suspect. Funny how the thing all happened around the
Yeah.
same time.
You know what I was gonna tell you too?
Thing
I
happened,
seen it.
you know what I
You told me that the other day or last week you got WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
To talk to your friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I never trust WhatsApp because
Yeah.
when I
don't like WhatsApp.
yeah, but you downloaded it,
I
right?
know it's a scam and stuff. That's why.
Yeah, because when I had WhatsApp, I had a lot of issues, and I had a lot of like,
272
stuff
stereo.
like that.
Right.
And so I was wondering if maybe that, like, they got your information somewhere from WhatsApp.
That makes sense. But I did that with, my theater.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
See, and that's why I'm like.
But
fucking-
just the fact that you downloaded it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff, I don't know. I don't do WhatsApp, not anymore. But I was wondering about that. And then the thing is too, like, I know I've heard this before. Scammers will use things that you no longer use, like the specific email that they use. And that was the funny part too. So it's under his name because he created it, but it's an email that has my name in it, right? So I can see if it has, like, you're trying to email somebody that says big sexy man, or like your
Right.
old one, it had lover in it, right? And stuff. Okay, I can see you doing that, but it has a girl's name, right? And so you're gonna, but because he created it, it has his name attached to it, but the email is my name. So all of that didn't make sense too. And that was an email that we created like a couple years ago to do certain things,
Right,
and we
yeah.
don't do anything with that email anymore. So it's literally probably been sitting dormant
It's
for a
just for
couple
the
of
contract
years.
period for
Right.
that time.
So I know hackers use that, like they can tell what
I
accounts
tell
are
you,
not being
it's
used.
scary. It's a scary world out there. If you're not up on it, man, people can just fuck you all
They
kinds of
can
ways.
get all your information.
You gotta protect you at the end
That's
of the
like
day.
remember the Cash App thing?
Yep.
Like
Ooh. Yeah, tell them about the Cash
that,
App. So,
so
well, that right there,
yeah,
make the point
and that was
right
right in front of our eyes. So we did
While
some
we
food
watching it.
sales. Yep, we did some food sales, and we just had made $80 from one of our friends. He blessed his workers with a bunch of bentos, and we're on our way back or something. And
Mhm.
anyway, he put it on my Cash App, and I looked at it, to see that it went through. It went through, so I saw that I had $80. Then we pull up into the house, and I get a notification on my phone, "Thank you for your purchase," and it was from Cash App. And so I looked down and go, "What the hell are you talking about? I didn't make a purchase," So I opened it up and I looked at it, and it said $19.99, "Thank you for your purchase." And I was like, "What the hell?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Okay, now it says my balance is like $60 because it says thank you for your $19.99 purchase." Right when I said that, another notification popped up as my balance went down to $40, and it said thank you for your purchase, $19.99. It did that a couple times. Then it went down to $10.99, right? Because my balance was below $19.99. So they couldn't take $19.99, so they took $10.99, and then they tried to take another $10.99, but then they could only take $4.99. Then I ended up with like $1 left. All these
Mhm.
things were happening within like a minute
And it's-
of me
and you
watching
watching
it.
it
Yeah,
live.
and he's like,
it was right here like this.
yeah, and he's telling me,
Yeah.
stop it. I go, I can't. Like, I'm not even
Press
doing
the button.
it.
Press the button.
Like, push the red button. There is no red button. I'm like, so I was drained. So then I contact Cash App, okay? And I tell them, okay, listen, I had
But it wasn't
$80
easy.
and
It wasn't easy
yeah,
trying
and
to
I
contact
explained
Cash App.
everything, right? First I did the bot thing online, right? And I'm just irritated with the bot. And I think I swore at the bot
Yeah.
just to see, and then it gave me an answer. I'm sorry,
Two,
I could not
two,
help you. And I was like, yeah, this is clearly a bot. So then I called and I talked to
God
somebody.
damn it, too.
And I told them what happened. They tell me that I have to do it on the thing through my phone, and I have to file I forget what it was called, and she's trying to explain to me, she's telling me, oh, but we can't do anything yet now because they haven't officially taken the money. And I said, what are you talking about? I watched them take the money. I have $1 and something cents on my Cash App. She goes, no, but it was taken out of your Cash App, but they didn't actually take it yet. I said, so then it's still in your Cash App, then give it back to me. Because I'm telling you, it was unauthorized. They couldn't even do that. I'm like, okay, hold on. When you get something on your debit card at the bank, you go to the bank and you're able to put a stop to it.
Yes.
There's no more, and then they investigate it.
Yep.
I said, I need you to put a stop on my account. Oh, but we can't because you have a pending transaction. I said, that was unauthorized. I'm telling you right now.
It's these circular arguments.
Yeah, and it was driving me
circular
nuts.
justifications that
Yeah, so she
Totally
had to, they
understood.
had to wait. I said, okay,
that makes
wait.
me think they're complicit in it.
Right? So I go, okay, let me get this straight. So I'm telling you, somebody stole my money. You're going to tell me that you have to wait till they literally get 10 miles away with my money before you can actually stop them from taking my money, which they already took, right? So you want the trail to go cold before you even start the process? I'm like, that makes no sense at all. That makes me not want to use Cash App at all anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a journey, and I ended up doing individually each transaction. I had to dispute it, and then they ended up giving me the money back. But by the time I got through all the transactions, everything didn't add up. I didn't get the entire $80 back. I think the $9.99 one didn't come back, and I was like, you know what, I'm so tired. Just, you can have the damn $10 because I was tired of disputing. So ever since then, I
don't trust
accept.
Cash App.
Yeah, I don't. I accept.
If you get
Cash
money
App.
coming Cash App, immediately
You need to watch
move
it.
that over.
Yep, you need to watch it. So I've been scammed before, and that wasn't even something that I could prevent. Do you know where they are?
Yeah, we're in Pearl City
Industrial.
area. I gotta go find out where you stay.
So
Anyway, we gotta end
we're
this.
gonna end this because it's gonna go on the phone. So that's our Mana Ole madness for today. We'll probably have more. Maybe we'll make one tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love, peace, happiness, y'all. We're out of here.
Bye.